chakra system generates an energy called Kundalini energy. If you celebrate a European holiday, you are upholding white supremacy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. People still feel the need to be saying my name. You know what I mean? So that being said, I'm gonna make an example out of Prince York right the fuck now. I'm gonna make an example out of him and Daddy Malachi.
I am the son of a bitch. So
correct.
You are calling my
on my children real, don't debate me. I rock the biggest don't debate me.
African woman's womb is holy. That no African child was ever born into no goddamn sin. You stupid ass people. People are attracted to Kemet more than any culture on the planet Earth.
We must step up to defend the honor of our ancestors and our elders. It's the only right thing to do, and that's why I'm here. You understand? To set this record straight.
Islam is deeper. They all tied to the Jew. All of them is tied to the Jew. Good Moses, man. Good Moses. Good Moses. That's all right. I ain't worried about that.
You know, I pride myself, you know, in being a top scholar, man, you know, in dealing with ancient Kemet. And not just, you know, the Kemet that you see on, or Egypt that you see on the map. I'm talking about the global experience, you know what I'm saying?
So motherfuckers is mad at Seti. Because Seti is a motherfucking woman. First, scholar Seti. Warrior first, scholar Seti. I know when to put the motherfucking books down. But I'm asking you, if you don't even have consciousness of your own creation, how the hell could you have consciousness of the cosmic creation?
We dealing with God, we dealing with the Creator, and the one thing that's specific about God, always have human attributes.
Alright, here we go. So with that being said, family, okay, we putting God on trial tonight. Okay, we bringing God, you know, in a righteous courtroom tonight. All right, and this has to be done because, you know, we've been pre-programmed to believe that, you know, authority has no authority figure when they get the fuck out of line. So it's like, you know, we look every day in the world and we say, you know, well, who supposed to police the police? Or who's supposed to govern the government, you know? And the answer is you. So when it comes to, you know, God, you know, or any of these other, let's say, entities, you know, underneath what we call, you know, the courtship of being a man, we have to understand that they're following the blueprint of God. When you look at God, okay, what does God do? God murders and destroys his own creation on a regular. Okay. Now, even outside of it being his own creation, you know, we have to understand that God is allegedly, right? Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give y'all the benefit of the doubt right here. I'm gonna say, you know what, God and Jesus does exist. So if God and Jesus exist, that means that they are the authority, they are the governing authority figures of everything that goes on this planet. So with that being said, they have allowed uncalculable, okay, you can't even calculate the amount of wickedness, tyranny, evil, death, destruction, etc. that has gone on just in the last 2,000 years alone. Fuck the entire history of existence on this planet. Just in the last 2,000 years, they have allowed more chaos to go on underneath their watch than can be calculatively recorded. So with that being said, we have to ask ourselves, at what point in time do we hold them for their accountability for their lack of action? Because you get mad when the police gun you down, and you get mad when they don't go to jail, or you get mad when shit happen and the government doesn't get in trouble for the shit they do, but nobody gets mad at God for his lack of involvement in the shit that not only he caused, but that he watches go on every day. So here what we're going to do is we're putting God ass on trial. He's going on trial. Him and his only begotten monkey ass son as well. So with that being said, if you a follower of the Lord today, you can be his co-defendant because you will be getting prosecuted right along with his ass tonight. So with that being said, I'm gonna let the general step in, okay, say a few words, and then we're gonna commence the trial on God and his motherfucking son. Period.
Yeah. You know what, brother? I'm glad you going where you need to go, baby. You going where you need to go. You go at God. I just I went in Birmingham, last weekend, and I put up the statistics on where supposedly we got $1.1 trillion of spending power as black people, and 17.8 billion of that money is going to charitable contributions, which is the church. You see what I'm saying? And so at this point in time, anytime we put that much of our work, our revenue, our hard-earned revenue towards something, we should be able to see what the fuck we getting back. You see what I'm saying? Right. And so this God concept that you're dealing with, man, a lot of motherfuckers don't want to say that the God that they worship is the man that's getting the goddamn collection plate at the end of the motherfucking sermon, that there is no God. And I must say that because, we try to have mercy on people's heart because they so much love God, and I don't have no mercy on that shit. Ain't no motherfucking God. And if he is, he the motherfucking enemy. Because ain't no God gonna love me and do me the fucking, and my people the fucking way he doing. And we doing more for you than any people on the planet. When niggas get in a religion, they the most, they the most worshipful, the most, obedient to the letter, to the book than any motherfucker on the planet, and we get the less out the motherfucking shit than anybody. Know what I'm saying? So at this point, I'm glad you brought that God is the enemy. God is the enemy. That's gonna be hard for people to accept, but God is the enemy. So when we deal with this, and I'm gonna let you, go. I'm gonna let you go into it, but God is a concept. It's not nothing, it's a concept that men created to fill a void, because we searching for the unknown, and we don't know, we all have answers, our own particular answers to the unknown, but nobody really know. And so God became a concept to fill the void. But when you lose the fact that it's a concept and you allow this shit to go unabated without you keep acting as if a motherfucker gonna answer you, and you done lost the motherfucking knowledge that it's a concept, then it become, man, more devastating than all the fucking atomic bombs that the white man gotta be, supposedly got. They the more powerful than the atomic bomb because it's wiping niggas out on the concept. So, as we start this off today, we got to understand we're giving $1 trillion to a concept. And we keep asking ourselves, how we gonna straighten this shit out? And one of the ways we gonna have to, we can straighten this out, we are gonna have to deal with the God concept. We're gonna have to deal with it. We're gonna have to tear religion down. We're gonna have to tear this God, and we're gonna have to rebuild it. Now, I ain't mad at people that, we got a void to fill. And some people just got to have some, and that's all right. Some people put the ancestors there, this, that, and the third, but it got to be for us. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna let you take it on. At the end of the day, this is what guides me, because I see our people being murdered and devastated on the internet. Is it gonna change that? Whatever niggas talking about, and we see where our people at, and where we need to be, is it gonna change this? Is this shit, and I'm not waiting on shit. We done waited enough. And at the end of the day, if it don't change the conditions of my people and where we at this day, then it's enemy information. You know what I'm saying? Can't be used any longer. We have to discard. You know what I'm saying? That's real motherfucking talk, man. $17 billion a year that black people give to charity, but they didn't want to say the church. Charitable contribution. Almost $18 billion. And now you're going to have to ask yourself, what has this church done for our people when you give an $18 billion a year? And if you think in 5 years, I mean, you are going to astronomical amounts of money that we giving this God, and this God can't even fucking talk to us, man. I'm sick of this shit, man. Niggas know this. I'm gonna let you, but niggas know this, and they know that in the end, and I'm gonna tell niggas just like this, God, and this is the easiest way to explain it, is a ventriloquist dummy. And the motherfucker who control the religion is the man with his hand and the motherfucker ventriloquist dummy back, speaking for him, throwing his voice, and you looking at the dummy talking about God. God, no, the God is the motherfucker with his hand in the dummy back. God is the man throwing his motherfucking voice into the dummy. You looking at the dummy talking about God, God, God. So today we're gonna have to wake the fuck up. It's the end of religion, man. Religion got to go. Holidays got to go. That shit got to go. We gon' lighten up, bitch. No, bitch. No. It got to go in totality. You know, it's a new day, and I'm glad that Pharaoh brought it, even the Met do now. See, we purge. Because at the end of the day, if we're not doing this for the benefit of the people, why the fuck is we doing this shit? I'm tired of my people dying in misery, and they still out here trying to figure out a motherfucking way. We know the motherfucking way. So today, it's the purge. It's the purge, dog. And so, you know, all my family out there, I'm telling you, don't have no mercy. You have mercy, you ain't serving the people. Let's serve the people, Pharaoh.
That's right. You know, the first count of indictment. Oh God. God asked. You know, God has been involved, and God is, we're indicting God on charges of being a serial killer.
That's right.
Okay. Now I have factually. Okay. Factually. Go get the book. It's called Drunk with Blood, God's Killings in the Bible. Okay. Now I have fact. Now, outside of the numbers given in the Bible, we can estimate 25 million murders commissioned and committed by God. We're not going to deal with that. We're going to deal with the numbers that the Bible gave us. If you add up everybody killed in that Bible by God, or people who were killed by somebody who God told to perform the murder, I wrote the number down. Give me 1 second. I'm going to give it to you right now. God is responsible for 2,821,364 deaths, all concluded in 158 killing events. So there's 158 events in the Bible that involve murder commissioned or executed by God himself. And when you add up the body count of each of those 158 events, using the numbers given to us by the Bible, excluding the 25 million estimated as not being counted, you have 2,821,364 deaths. So with that being said, we're indicting God ass today, okay? Because those deaths include children who had nothing to do with nothing.
That's right.
Both deaths include women who had nothing to do with nothing and men who had nothing to do with nothing. So you got events, out of those 158 events, you got events where God just said, motherfucker, I'm mad at you, so I'm gonna wipe this whole motherfucking region out that ain't got shit to do with why I'm mad at you. So with that being said, you have a tyrannical, slaughterous God. And God has the answer for that. Because if a motherfucking white kid get bullied in school and he go shoot up a motherfucking theater, you call him a terrorist.
That's right.
But he's demonstrating the characteristics of who he's in spiritual synchronicity with. That's the same shit God do. Niggas go to the club, they get mad, they shoot the motherfucking club up. They hit all kind of innocent motherfuckers. That's the same shit God do. So with that being said, the people of this planet Earth are underneath the guidance of who it is they spiritually agree with. And y'all are all in spiritual support of this tyrannical ass God and his funky ass begotten son. And so we are here today to indict God on 2.8 million motherfucking murders that he has not answered for yet. And that's just the first count. That's just the first motherfucking charge. We ain't even go down the list on this nigga yet. And so I have to ask people, you know, and I just said this on the Instagram live, right? The psychology of God. Because I can't beat my pet. When I have a dog, I can't beat and torture my dog, let alone my blood child, any child, but my blood child. Okay? So now we have to ask ourselves, if we're all children of God, okay, how can God senselessly murder his own motherfucking children with no remorse? So where's this stuff? Because if a mother, what's the name of that white girl who killed her, who they were saying killed Casey Jones or Casey, what the fuck is her name? Whatever her name is. When you see people on TV, okay, and they kill their motherfucking child, or you see mothers kill their children, you identify that as being one of the most savagest motherfucking acts. That's worse than rape. That's the only thing I know that's damn near probably one notch over being a pedophile, is murdering your own child. You see a mother right now on the news motherfucking bash her goddamn infant brains in, the whole society is going to agree that that's demonic behavior. But then you have a God who can create his motherfucking alleged own children, okay, of the world and senselessly murder his own motherfucking children. So what is wrong with God's psychology? So now we have to ask ourselves, is God psychologically even stable to be God? Is this motherfucker mentally competent to be God? So, you know, this is just my first charge that I'm bringing upon God in this motherfucking trial that he has not answered for. And we have to ask ourselves, once again, where is the psychological balance of God to not only be there to stop him from murdering his alleged children, he sent his only motherfucking son to be sacrificed for some shit that he started. So he placed sin across the world.
But do you know what? That's showing you the man that because everything that you see and you talk about, if this was a great God with all-knowing knowledge, you know goddamn well he wouldn't be this damn stupid to do some shit like this. These are the concepts of men. So that's why I brought that in there. See, we got to shoot that shit down as even there being a God. Because if we gonna believe that a God is that goddamn dumb, we ain't got a chance. If the motherfucker running all this shit, that's stupid. We ain't got no motherfucking chance. It's a wrap, nigga. Throw the towel in. It's a wrap. But once you see the felonious mind of men behind the concept of God, you will see, and I see niggas out there, that's why I wanted to let you know. So I seen the nigga say, well, God got the answer to you, Pharaoh. See, he's still stuck. He's stuck. God, I tell you what, nigga, the nigga out there that's talking about, well, God, I tell you what, nigga, tell God to sign in on this live stream, nigga. Tell God to sign in on this live stream, and we'll let God say what the fuck God want to say. We'll put God and we'll ask God directly. I don't want no motherfucker out there speaking for God, bitch, because you have become the motherfucking ventriloquist dummy with his hand in God back. So God, like you got a motherfucking direct line to God, hoe ass nigga. You continuing on with the psychotic shit. You know what I'm saying? So I see niggas, I just wanted to answer that, dog, on that state. So the show motherfucker. And when you said killing, what I want to be specific about is the Africans that they kill. Okay? Because a lot of niggas don't even know the players on the board. And so it ain't even no need to read the Bible until motherfuckers look at the genealogy and see all the players on the board, what families, what bloodlines they supposed to be connected to. And when you see that, and you see all of the Africans that these motherfuckers is wiping out, you understand what I'm saying? I say, God damn, how is this a God that love me? How is this a God that looking at everybody as his children and he wiping them out? Okay? Giving motherfuckers permission to wipe us out. Giving these people's permission to us say don't leave none. You know what I'm saying? I say, damn, God, this God doing this? So if this is what we believe, and we don't even know where we at in the killing part about it. Most people don't even know where they at in the book. Niggas just hallelujah, amen, all this garbage. They don't even know where the fuck they at in the book. They can't even identify one tribe over the other. Even though this shit is garbage, I at least want to know all the players on the board, so I can at least explain to my people that this is a very genocidal God towards African people. Us. You know what I'm saying? That I tell motherfuckers, every African tribe in the Bible is cursed. You know what I'm saying? It's cursed. This is a fact. Every major tyrannical Pharaoh, if you say Pharaoh, let me tell you that, regardless to what Pharaoh it is, when you say Pharaoh, that's a tyrannical ruler. But you don't even know the man. That's just a title. Each man that come upon the throne rule based on their own particular spirit. But Pharaoh, according, it don't make no difference who that man is. Whoever Pharaoh is, that's a tyrannical ruler. So you done took a title that is probably the most powerful title that the black man has ever, ruled under. And y'all motherfucker then made it a evil gave it evil connotation. So regardless to what the man historical, what he gave to the world, soon as you say Pharaoh, you're gonna say, oh, that's an evil king. That's an evil. You don't even know what the fuck the man did. You don't know his history. You know what I'm saying? Look, and I'm gonna let you go. Babylon. See, we say that shit. Down Babylon, evil Babylon. But Babylon was built by Nimrod, who's supposedly the son of Ethiopia. And I asked my Rastafarian brothers, I say, well, damn, why do y'all keep saying down Babylon? Why do y'all keep saying that shit? When you look at it, based on the book, that's Ethiopian. That's Ethiopian people. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't say down Rome or down America. Y'all niggas say down, which is and Nimrod is another, is an Ethiopian king in the Bible. Passover. and I'm gonna let you go. Passover, which is Easter, okay? When the motherfucking the angel of death come into Egypt and slay all the firstborn of Egypt. You understand? And those who put the blood above their doorway, the angel would pass over them. So Easter is a holiday, when you look at it, where all the firstborn of Egypt was murdered by the angel of death. You niggas go out there, put your suit on, put your Easter basket out there. Y'all ain't looking at the true information behind that. This is man, black people ain't got no win with the Bible. That's a fact. That's a fact. And I'm gonna end on this. I was looking at these Hebrews, man. I say, man, y'all motherfuckers is the dumbest motherfuckers ever. These niggas talking about listen, Hispanics. They say the Hispanics is a part of the Israelites. I said, well, listen, nigga. Hispanic mean you come from a nation where the first language is Spanish. Goddamn Spanish, the Spanish language ain't even a language into the 8th century AD. So how the fuck do you go back into BC period? And then when you say that's a language group. So you say the Hispanics, and you know, that just showed me that they don't have no concept of time. They don't have no concept of even what the fuck the word Hispanic means. It could be, you could be a black, you could be a white. It just means that your first language is Spanish. That's what Hispanic means. So this nigga say the black, okay, well, how the fuck is they tied to the Bible when niggas wasn't even speaking fucking Spanish until damn near 10 AD, of 1000 AD is what I'm saying. That's when the language became a language documented, on the planet. So before 1000 AD, you don't have no Hispanics or black or any other kind of goddamn Hispanic. But what the fuck is y'all talking about that the Hispanics got some connection to the Bible, which was supposedly BC times, and you don't have no Hispanics until fucking 1000 AD. That just show you that a lot of niggas that's talking out here, they don't even have no concept of time. You see what I'm saying? Even I'm looking at this. Go ahead, Pharaoh. Go ahead on this.
That's right. And I'm gonna jump on that because that's crazy you said that, because I literally just uploaded a video on my channel. I think I titled it Christopher Columbus and Introduction of Hispanic Culture, something like that. And I was busting it down because it goes back to what you said. You quick niggas will tell you, oh, you an Israelite, you from this tribe, and you Hispanic. Well, people gotta understand, even the Spanish language that I just said in my video, I said 1,000 times, that was created in Italy. So that wasn't even created in Spanish. So technically, the Hispanic language or speaking Spanish is an Italian language. What you forget is Christopher Columbus is historically considered an Italian. Queen Isabella is an Italian. She was the queen of Italy. So that being said, that language was brought over here to Latin America or Hispanic America or the Bahamas, the Caribbean, and South America by people who were commissioned aka Christopher Columbus, by Queen Isabella, who basically was the queen of Italy at that time. So nobody over here was speaking Spanish. So that being said, people speak Spanish over here the same way I speak English due to slavery and conquest. So that being said, Latin America, okay, became Latin America the same way North America became North America, okay, through conquest, enslavement, and tyrannical practices. So that being said, you can't tell somebody that they tribe over here, etc., or that they're a tribe, from over here, and this, that, and third, etc., and that being Hispanic, is a part of being a Hebrew Israelite. When first of all, the Hispanic culture is not for one, because being a Hebrew is not genetic. Let's put that on the table. But for two, being Hispanic is not genetic. It's an ideology. That's like me saying I'm an American. You can't go to a genetics lab and find a piece of DNA that comes from an American. Being an American is a mental construct. It's not a biological landmark for being an American. There's not a biological landmark for being a Hispanic. So that being said, you know, you got a lot of people that's just throwing different ideology or different conglomerates of their own mind state in the pot and trying to fictitiously fuse themselves as a tribe, as one of the tribes of Israel. So we have to understand is, you know, as I'm going to break down, you know, in my lecture coming up, the Bible is based off astrology. The 12 tribes of Israel is actually the zodiac sign. But what people have done is they've taken the concept, as Seti just broke down, and they've made that motherfucker materialize. They're trying to make it real. And not only are they doing that, they're taking sequences in history that have nothing to do with the alleged time periods and events that these things really happen, and forcing them into a reality that's not even actually real. So,
and they use that so many times. The 12 tribes is the 12 disciples.
Period.
They reuse it over and over and over. They use it with Ishmael, which is Abraham's other son. He had 12 princes would come, and they use that same number over and over and over. You see, and niggas just don't see that.
That's right. They don't want to see it. But bringing it, you know, getting back on Godhead. Okay, we have an account. You know, we got our first child. You know, is God and his 158 events or accounts for events in which he murdered people. You know, adding up to 2.8 million different murders, children, women included, innocent men included. Okay, so that's our first charge. Okay, then our second charge that we want to you know, place upon God is his let's say intentional degradation of the woman. Because when we're talking about, you know, the state of a nation, you know, your nation cannot rise any higher than the means in which they elevate their woman. So with that being said, when you look at black people and the condition of black people, we spiritually see our woman in the same significance that God sees our woman. So when you read that Bible, you know, anybody who read, I've actually read, I don't want people to think I'm somebody who just talking out my ass and never read the book. So that being said, when you read that Bible, you see all kinds of shit in there. You know, the woman is not higher than the man. The woman ain't even supposed to, you know, open her goddamn mouth at certain points in time. Eve bit the apple and, you know, cursed the goddamn, it's sinners everywhere because of a woman. So the only time you really see women play a role in the Bible, if the Bible is allegedly the word of God, is when it's a negative connotation attached to it. So now when we see, you know, and even the alleged creation story, you know, the woman came from the man's rib, okay, because he was alone and needed a companion. So basically you telling me, you know, a woman is just here to be a goddamn sidekick. So now we have to ask ourselves, you know, when we're talking about, you know, once again, the psychology of God, okay, could it be that the way women are treated and degraded today, could it be because that's the way God set them up to be treated? Because apparently, according to God, the woman is just a goddamn sidekick. So we have to ask ourselves, you know, and God, we have to ask ourselves, you know, what is God, what was God's intentions, you know, for allegedly creating this world, if all he was going to do was create beings here who he would purposely put in motherfucking tyrannical situations and not intervene. And not only would he not intervene, he would make them worse. So we have to ask ourselves, you know, what kind of God is God? And this is why God is on trial today. Let alone he motherfucking asked, whatchamacallit? Who was that? Abraham? He asked to sacrifice his only begotten son, and then in the end he told him not to go through with it. So with that being said, God gonna ask another nigga to sacrifice his only begotten son, okay, to prove his loyalty in regards to a situation that he himself created. And then he got the nerve to not only destroy everybody else's children, who's really his children, But then he sacrificed his only begotten son to go help a situation that he purposely fucked up. So that's like me going right now in your neighborhood and I start a shootout with these niggas and these niggas. And now they shooting at each other. And I'm the nigga who started the shootout. And then I go tell my motherfucking son, go over there and get your motherfucking brains blew out on purpose so that you can die for the ignorant actions that these motherfuckers is currently involved in with each other. And meanwhile, I'm the nigga who instigated this shit the whole time. So when we talking about, you know, even the construct of this world, when the government says, in God we trust, could the blueprint of God actually be what the fuck is wrong with everybody? Because when you look at God, God creates the motherfucking problem, but he never intervenes to not only stop it, he never even takes responsibility for his own motherfucking actions. We have a government who brings in guns and drugs, creates the motherfucking problem. You don't hear them take responsibility for their actions. Niggas do stupid shit every day, put themselves in dumbass situations. You don't hear them take responsibility for their actions. So that being said, everybody is following the spiritual blueprint that they have subscribed to. So we have to ask God, because if God, according to God, you know, he does all things evil and good. Okay, why the fuck have you created such a frequency for people to exist in? So, you know, God, we finna dig in God check. But I'm just warming it up and I'm just putting a couple motherfucking scenarios on the table so that y'all can at least think. So even if you're watching this right now and you're a hard body motherfucking believer in God, do you not at least have a moral obligation to your immediate existence to ask yourself, why would a motherfucker put you in a fucked up position? I hear people say, oh, we was enslaved because we did something and God punished us. And then to them, I ask them this, do your children not misbehave? And they say yes. And I say, so would you motherfucking curse your child to 500 years of brutality, rape, and motherfucking savage, savage acts being forced upon them because they misbehave? Because if you say no, and you deem that morally incorrect, then why would you still deem God as somebody who stands in a morally correct position? There is no answer to that. So if you wouldn't banish your own fucking children to 500 years of slavery, why would you deem it okay for somebody to do that to you? Period. So, you know, God is on trial today and his son is on trial. And I'm gonna kick it back to the general and then we gonna finish digging in God check.
I'm glad me.
That's you. It's already fixed.
We about to get on God's head right quick. I'm gonna whoop the shit out of God today. Niggas gonna say, Seti, get off God. I'm gonna be beating on his head today. You see me, Pharaoh?
Yep.
This is what God to do for you. See, this is what God been doing for niggas all along. This your man, Jim Jones. And this is show you how niggas will follow a peck of wood all the way to the grave. This is ridiculous. How this peck of wood, a sick, sinister peck of wood, who claim he a representative of God, and you get all these dumb Negroes that will follow this peck of wood all the way to the grave. Okay? This motherfucker, a cultist, a modern day Ron L. Hubbard, a modern day Joel Osteen, a modern day Pat Robertson. Okay? This nigga say this cracker say he's a rep, and niggas who love the white man more than they love their own mama. Just as soon as he say he's a representative of God, niggas will jump on the bandwagon, no questions asked. But this is one of the most hurtful predicaments ever in our history, where over 1,000 of our families went to Guyana with this sick peckerwood, who had to flee America because motherfuckers got hip to what he was doing, so he had to go out of the eyes of the world to put this cult together. And his intentions was mass murder all along. And the simple fact that 97% of the people that he committed mass murder on was our people. This shows you what God will do to a nigga. Okay, when you don't understand that God is only a concept and that the man who is controlling that God is the God. Jim Jones was the God. And whatever he said to the people, he was ordained by God to say it. So they following this man. Okay? And this man put cyanide in the Kool-Aid. And niggas don't understand when motherfuckers say, don't sip the Kool-Aid, that shit come from this situation right here. Niggas just don't know that. He put cyanide in the Kool-Aid and killed almost one. But the crackers, the few crackers that was in it, the majority of them got away. They knew what the fuck he was up to. They didn't go down there and sip the Kool-Aid. They got away. But niggas went in there and you know what? A lot of motherfuckers knew what he was doing and still gave that shit to their babies. Their babies up there aching and paining to take this shit. And niggas still continue to feed the Kool-Aid and the poisonous food to their people, to their own babies, even when they seen the pain and the anguish on their face. Let me show you. Look at this. Look at this. I believe in Jim Jones. I wonder, was that before or after the woman went down there and saw what he did to all them people? See, I believe in Jim Jones. See that? Look at that. Look how confused this woman is. Disconnected from her divinity. Okay, once you understand that you are divine and that you are connected to the universe and that no man, no woman can intercede on your connection to the Creator. See, when you disconnected like that, that's what a God will do for you. See, when you connected and you know you're divine and you know you can, no man or no woman can intercede in between you and the Creator. So that's number one. That's what a religion is. It's a disconnection from your divinity. And in doing that, you have crippled yourself to the point that as a follower of another man who controls, you are willing to take cyanide Kool-Aid because the man say take it. Okay? And so you got other white men that, you know, look at what the Nation of Islam did. The cracker that's Ron L. Hubbard. Another sick Peckerwood. Another sick Peckerwood, just like Jim Jones. Another sick, and I brought this up because I'm gonna let Pharaoh take. I just wanted. This is Henry Rutgers University. Do y'all know that the institution that cracker founded is the one that got the copyright on the New International Bible, which is the most widely read Bible of America? The New International Version. This cracker right here, he was a slave owner. See right there, up under it would say revolutionary hero, philanthropist, Colonel Henry Rutgers, the founder of Rutgers University, slave holder, 1745, 1830. And one of the organizations, which is a Christian organization that he was one of the founding members of, has the copyright on the New International Bible, which is the most widely read Bible in the United States of America. A slave. This is what I'm talking about. So don't tell me about no motherfucking God, man. Don't tell me about no God. God ain't got the copyright on the New International Bible. These people, you see the motherfucker at the top, chief executive. These are the modern day representatives of that organization. Okay? And you can go look it up. It's actual facts. Let me wait a minute. I'm gonna go on. And then I'm gonna slide back to you. See, the God is on the right. But when you go into the confessional, you see it's always a man. You ain't no motherfucking God talking to you on the other side of the confessional. It's always a man speaking for that God. Now this God right here on the right is some shit that Michelangelo drew in the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican City. But then when I went, you can see that's the same peckerwood, old teethless ass wino peckerwood. And he laughing because he's saying to himself, I thought this shit could never work. Okay? Look at what it's the same exact peckerwood, toothless hillbilly wino peckerwood in the Sistine Chapel. You talking about God, and this peckerwood over here laughing like a motherfucker because he got hundreds of millions of mindless people that will follow an image that never respond back to him, never talk back to him, never do nothing for you. Give God everything, but God give you nothing. God ain't gave niggas shit. If we took the $17 billion we giving God every year and put that on us, nigga, we would be on our way back to building pyramid. But yet and still we giving a fictional God. 17, and I asked myself, I said, well, goddamn, this is the God that created the universe. What the fuck he need with money? And then I did the historical research on when men invented money and minted coins is only about 3,000 years old. So I'm thinking to myself, well, what the fuck did God do before man created money? What the fuck? Was he just a broke ass God? Did he just walk around the universe broke? I mean, this shit crazy, man. You niggas is insane. Niggas that believe in God is like viruses and sicknesses in our race. And we have to purge these niggas up because there's no place for God. But when you break it down and understand who God is the divinity of man. God is the divinity of man. When the African man and woman searched for who created it, they found that the God that they was looking for was themselves. Okay, they saw the creator in themselves. Okay, that's what God is. God is the divinity of man, of the African. That's why every time you speak of God, God is in the image of a man or a woman, is in the human likeness. The creator is even greater than that because the creator is without physical form. The creator created everything. So God is always in the image of a man or a woman. So this is a concept that was created by man to fill a void. He's looking out in the fucking universe. He don't know how it got here. So he started to create concepts that would help fill the void. God was one of those concepts that helped fill the void. But as he created this concept, it was much like himself. What he saw in himself. God talked. God walked through the garden. God, the word of God. God got children. God got a garden. God got mansions. God got everything that a man got. What the fuck would God need all those things? And God is greater than everything that could be even thought of. What the fuck would God need with mansions? Niggas just learn how to create a nail and put a goddamn house together. You see what I'm saying? So what the fuck did God do before that? You see what I'm saying? What was God standing in before niggas even knew what the fuck a mansion was? So you take things that you long for, you know, niggas like cars. I'm surprised you say God ain't rolling around up in fucking heaven in a fucking Bugatti. He got mansions. Do God got a Bugatti in front of the motherfucking mansion? You know what I'm saying? These are man, listen here. When you realize that God is a concept of man, okay, and I'm gonna end on it, and I'm gonna let you. God walked through the garden. Do God got feet? Is them feet connected to legs? You know the hand of God. And every time they show you the hand of God, it's a goddamn hand with, just coming through the cloud. But I'm asking, do God got an arm connected to the goddamn hand? Or is it just a hand floating through the goddamn sky? Is the arm connected to a goddamn a fucking shoulder blade? Or you know what I'm saying? This shit is unreal. So I'm gonna end on this. God is in the image of man. God is not the creator. The creator is greater than God. God is what man created to fill the void. But once you realize that you are connected to creation, regardless of the God concept, you don't need the God concept when you understand. That's feeble thinking. When you create the God, that's why niggas make fun of God, because you say, damn, God tripping and God killing, and that's a man. That's when you understand that all the attributes of the God are the attributes of wicked men. That's what makes the concept look so ridiculous. And you say, damn, God killing? That ain't no God killing. That's man killing. But he needs the God concept to validate why he killing. God told me to kill you niggas. God told me to take this land. God said it was okay. But it's actually the man who created the God to validate exactly all the wickedness he doing to us. Do not break the God concept. If you do not understand that God was created by man to control man, nigga, you not going nowhere. You are a product of creation. You came here born, connected already to the creator. Nobody can disconnect you from but you. If you disconnect yourself and come and join the religion, that's what's gonna happen. But you born connected to the creator. And all you have to do is, when you understand that no other man can come in between you and the creator, you will give all this shit up right now. Throw that shit in the garbage. Reconnect to the creator. Find out what your divine destiny is and get to motherfucking work. And saving your people, reconnecting your people to the creator so that they can understand what they divine destiny, so that we can get this shit corrected. Other than that, if we stay on this religion shit, they see that cracker to the left? He gonna stay laughing at you niggas, because he know that every word that was written in the Bible, in the Quran, he put it in there. He tell you that the God is the one that gave it to him, but nigga, if you fall for that, you see that cracker laughing? the most ruthless, the most ignorant, the most lowly cracker can control the wisest people on the earth. He got you. Okay? So that's my message right there today, that all religion, all God were created by me. You are a divine entity. You are the chosen of creation. You are already connected to the creator. You already connected. Okay, and once you understand that, you understand that no man, no woman can tell you what your divine, you know what it is. And when you find out what it is and you go to fulfilling your destiny, then you gonna see the greatness of African people rise up again. Go ahead, dog.
That's right, man. Let me jump in there because that was beautiful. Let me come right behind that. Even when we talking about, the foolishness of a fool, when you look up, the definition in regards to the origin of the word Christian, Christian comes from the French word Christian, which literally means a fool or a stupid person. So even when you sit here to yourself and you say, hey, I'm a Christian, by definition, you saying I'm a fool or a stupid person. So even the people who created the concept of God made sure that by definitive meaning, the people who subscribe to this concept would be considered the fools and the stupid motherfuckers of society. And you got to be a goddamn fool, okay, to subscribe to such a concept that you yourself don't believe in. Because if you tell a motherfucker right now, I'm a higher body Christian, I'm a devout Christian, my faith is out the roof. Okay, jump your ass out this motherfucking plane with no parachute and let's see if God catch you. Because if your first instinct tell you no, that means you don't have no faith in the motherfucker you claim you believe in. So with that being said, you don't even believe in God. So with that being said, you don't believe that God works miracles because you wouldn't even give him the motherfucking opportunity to work one on you. So we have to understand nobody really believes in God. The brain, the soul doesn't believe in God. Your ego, okay, and your willfulness to not take responsibility for your own destiny is what believes in God, not the truth. Now let's go to motherfucking this image I want to share because I want to jump on what the general said. We talking about God, God on trial. Why is God taking so much and giving back nothing? I can't name, factually one thing God has given to people. And if we say a pastor is ordained by God to speak with you as the middleman and representative of him, why has Joel Osteen been permitted to make so much motherfucking money off all of these so-called devout Christian followers by God, and God wouldn't even give these motherfuckers a place to stay during a disaster that he caused? If flooding and shit and storms and shit is natural disasters that God put here, and God knew for a fact that these followers would be going through there, how the fuck God wouldn't even tell Joel Osteen to get these goddamn people a place to stay? But he's been taken from them every week on time, every motherfucking time. But he wouldn't even give you a place to motherfucking stay? That's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. Now we want to go here because this video right here is important, okay? God told Father to sleep with his son's wife, okay? So now we want to, because we talking about the Bible or God is a fictitious character that's created to justify the destructional means of other people, okay? And these means we talking about being in the form of slavery, conquest, robbery, etc. This video right here is an exact motherfucking representation of what the Bible and the concept of God was created for. It was created for you to be able to do evil and blame it on the motherfucking guidance of something that does not exist. So it was created for you to say, I'm going to kill you, rape you, do you wrong because God told me it was okay. Period. Now watch this. Watch this shit.
God came down on Michael and forced him to consummate with Christianity. I mean, it was a terrible, strange act of God. He did an astonishing thing that I was astonished, and so was Michael.
Michael had made no mention of sleeping with his son's wife. I got the feeling this was a story I wasn't supposed to hear. And when Michael found out I knew, he asked me for an opportunity to explain just how God had made it happen.
I stood up like this, and suddenly I was forced down on the floor, and I had to get down. I was down just about like this, and and I was in pain, and all I could do was groan. All I could do was kind of rock. And I started seeing that the consummation with Christian was imminent, and I was going to be, I was going to have to do that.
I was just laying awake and I was thinking about coming over here. And I said to Father, I said, when I go over there, if Michael invites me in, I will ask for the consummation tonight.
So was it just a single occasion, this literal physical consummation?
No, it wasn't.
But you consummated more than once?
Yes.
Why is it necessary to consummate more than once?
Could you not answer that question yourself? When you marry your wife, do you consummate only once? Does she stop being married to you after your wedding day?
The world, they would look at it a different way. You know, they...
Okay, pause this shit. Pause this shit because I gotta make my point. Okay, so now, here comes the question now. He ain't even say, you see, they motherfuckers be talking about, ooh, marriage and adultery in the Bible, that's a sin. Why would God tell a man to have sex with his motherfucking son's wife? Okay, and if you believe in God, then apparently you believe that he could be telling the truth. So now the question is, why would God tell somebody to do such a thing? Okay, first of all. Second of all, he didn't say the devil said it. He said God. So why y'all keep blaming the devil for all of the fucked up shit that's going on when apparently God is instigating some of this shit too? Okay, so that's two. Now point number three is this. If God told that man to have sex with his son's wife, cool, granted. Who told the wife to cheat on her husband with his motherfucking father? So now her excuse, because she never said she had no conversation with God. Mind you, this happened multiple times. So guess what her excuse is going to be? For doing what she wanted to do, which was commit adultery. Oh, I believe that God told him that. So now, once again, we have this fictional concept that everybody's using as a fall guy to do they fuck shit, as the general just broke down. So now what happens here is this, right? What if Christianity never was created, right? And right here, we see a father have sex with his son's wife. Ooh. Guess what they would do? Guess what they would do to justify that? They would say, God told me to do that. And they would write it in a book. And then 500 years later, you motherfuckers will read that book and you will say, whatever his father's name was in the Bible, it say he had sex with his son's motherfucking wife because God told him to do it, and it was in the Bible. So if you don't believe that no scenario in that video I just showed you was correct, you can't believe that no scenario in that goddamn Bible I told you was correct. You know why? Because we know for a fact God ain't tell that man to have sex with his son's wife. Just like we know for a fact no God in that Bible ordained or gave any of these so-called men walking around this planet permission to destroy, pillage, rape, and usurp any other culture that they have come in contact with. With that being said, God is the fall guy for fuck nigga shit. Let me tell you something right now, right? Since we talking about God on trial. If you go to an actual courtroom and they tell you to put your hand on that Bible and swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and you so help you God, and you say, yes, I do. When they say, why did you murder little Jimmy? If you say God told me to do it, guess what? You going to the crazy house. You know why? Because the same motherfuckers who say in God we trust and make you swear to tell the truth on God, no, he don't exist, and will send your ass to a psych ward for saying that he told you to do some shit, let alone they just gave you the book to swear on his existence. So what the fuck is going on? We talking about God on trial, but you can go to a trial court and they won't even jack you using God as an excuse. I'm done with this shit. So motherfucker, the same people who saying in God we trust won't even allow you to say that God told you to do some shit. But then will tell you to swear on a book to where everybody in the book who have committed the same crimes that you being charged with right now in that court say that God told them to do it. And they trust their word enough to make you swear on the motherfucking book, but they don't trust your word enough to say that you're not crazy for actually speaking to the same God whose book is motherfucking. They hoping that you wouldn't go against and lie under oath. So this whole motherfucking world is using religion to do exactly what that father did, to do the fuck shit that they want to do and have an excuse for why the fuck they did it. So I'd rather a nigga just say, nigga, I killed you because I didn't like your bitch ass, nigga. I could jack that. Versus a nigga say, oh, I killed you because God told me to do it. And God told me to rape your wife. And God told me kill all the children and don't leave nothing left. And God told me to steal your land and take your tongue. And God told me to enslave you for 400 to 500 years. And God told me to. Because if that's the case, when do you tell God that I don't want to do some immoral shit? When do you take responsibility for listening to that nigga? Because once again, we talking about God on trial. If I tell a nigga right now, go shoot this motherfucker, and he shoot him, he's still going to jail for listening to me, but I'm going to jail for commissioning the goddamn crime in the first place. So if that's the case, God ass is still motherfucking guilty for commissioning the crimes of every nigga who ever did something underneath the guise of his motherfucking guidance and permission. So with that being said, if I hear a voice right now say, Pharaoh, go kill all of these motherfucking children in this land, I'm gonna be like, hell no, nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? So that being said, when does the responsibility of the tyrannical deviant in history, get accepted by themselves for even listening to such a God? And what made you accept this motherfucker as a God? Because what I want to know is, if you don't, because there was no such thing as these religious books. So I'm going to assume you was a nigga just walking through the desert or walking through the jungle or wherever you were in these alleged biblical settings. And a motherfucking voice came down to you and said, nigga, kill these motherfucking babies. Because in the Bible, they was killing babies. Don't act like they wasn't. So that means said, when the voice say, kill these babies, at what point in time did you say, hold on, who the fuck is you? Oh, you God, nigga, you ain't my kind of guy talking about killing no baby. So we're at what point in time did your moral compass not spike? So this is the questions I have to ask people, because God is not the only nigga getting tried today. God got a whole lot of motherfucking co-defendants. Some of them is in the Bible, some of them is in the world today, and some of his co-defendants is watching this video right now. And I want y'all all to know that underneath the motherfucking guidance of this God, you are guilty. Period. And I'm gonna kick it back to the gym.
Man, we hard on these niggas today. We're gonna have niggas jumping off the bridge, niggas going up on the 30th floor today. They're gonna be jumping off of these buildings. Let me first and foremost, let's because we both know, and I know, and I had to give all the homage to the black woman, because the black woman is God.
That's right.
I'm gonna prove that tonight.